Hey, it's me, Abby P. What up, my people? First off, yes, I changed my hairstyle again since my first initial short haircut. And you're gonna see it change back and forth with even my long hair in some of my upcoming videos because I've filmed a lot of things, I just haven't edited and uploaded them yet. So just to give you a heads up on that, my Philippines travel vlogs and other videos will be coming up after this one. Of course, I wanted to prioritize this one first given the current situation. So I live in Gyeongbuk, which is the major region that's been affected by the coronavirus here in South Korea. And then Daegu is the big city here in this region that is an hour away from where I live. So it was pretty scary when the virus initially started spreading really rampantly. So in this video, we're gonna go over the facts about the virus here in Korea and how it's affected daily life, and then talk about my own personal experiences, and then close up the video with my thoughts on the whole situation. Okay, so first we're gonna go over some numbers, and keep in mind that numbers do change very quickly, so it's important to note the date that I'm filming this video, which is on March 8th, 2020. When I upload this video, it'll probably be like a day or two after, so the numbers will change after I post this video. Very, very likely they will change. But as of now, there are 7,134 cases of coronavirus here in South Korea. And in this video, we're focusing on my region, which is the Gyeongbuk and Daegu region. And if you see that, there's 5,738 cases of the virus in Daegu, and then 1,081 cases in my region, Gyeongbuk. Okay, now take a look at Seoul, the capital of South Korea. As you know, Seoul is the biggest city in Korea and the most populated, but it only has 120 cases of the virus. So that puts into perspective how serious it's become here in my region. So a few weeks back, I would say like in the beginning of February, I felt like the situation was fine, it was under control. We had cases of the virus in South Korea, but it was seemingly under control. But I'd say probably around, when was that? It was like the weekend, it was like February 21st, 22nd, 23rd, that weekend. That's when it really started spreading really rapidly, especially in Daegu and Gyeongbuk. And at that time, like, people were scared, yo. I was even starting to freak out a little bit. There were already coronavirus warnings and people taking precautions and everything, even before like February when I was traveling in the Philippines and in the US. I know some people were already kind of in that mindset, but I was totally just whatever about it. I didn't really care. When I was traveling around in the Philippines, I was like whatever. But it was around that weekend, that February 21st, 22nd, 23rd weekend, where people just really started freaking out. We were getting really frequent emergency alerts on our phone. I got like a red alert email from the US Embassy. Yeah, health alert. The Republic for Korea raises red alert for infectious disease. When I first moved to Korea 5 years ago as a US citizen, I signed up for this, I guess, mailing list where the US Embassy will send out emails of any major news or events to like be aware of. So yeah, it was like really blowing up. Yeah, people were stocking up, store shelves were being emptied. The panic buying was very real. Like masks were being sold out. You would see these massive lines of people trying to buy masks or things at the store. And I usually order my groceries online because I don't have a car, and the nearest large market, E-Mart, is kind of a walk from my place, so I usually get my groceries delivered to me. Even the online delivery, there were no dates available for delivery, which is so weird because usually delivery is available the next day. When I saw that, I was like, whoa, this is serious, like what? Yeah, it was crazy because especially being in Korea, things are delivered super fast, so to see that whole week just like blocked off, no available delivery dates was just like, what is happening? The start of the school year was postponed, which is the first time I believe that's happened like in history in Korea. At least for the whole 5 years that I've been here, this has never happened. So school was supposed to start March 2nd, but they pushed it back to March 9th, a week later. And then they pushed it back again. And then they pushed it back again. So currently the new start date is on March 23rd, but that could very well change again. They could push it back even further to April. There are no kids playing outside. At my school there's usually kids out like playing soccer on the field or on the playground, but I haven't seen a child in weeks. And then I also mentioned the emergency alerts that we get. We have been getting those daily and very frequently throughout the day since the virus rapidly started spreading. Those alerts will tell us if there's any new cases in our area, the whereabouts of each of those cases, so you know exactly where they've been. Daily reminders not to go out if possible, and if we do, to wear a mask, to wash our hands all the time. So there's that, and then I also still get emails here and there from the US Embassy. And another thing that happened recently was the government implemented a system on when you can buy masks here in Korea, the face masks, so that people aren't, hoarding them. So the system is based on the last digit of your birth year. So say your birth year ends in a 0, 1990 or whatever, then you can only buy masks on a certain day. And then Saturdays and Sundays, there are no restrictions and anyone can buy masks over the weekend. I know in the US wearing face masks isn't a big thing there as it is here in Asia. I've even seen articles and posts on Twitter that say you don't need to buy masks, you don't need to wear a mask, save the masks for medical workers. But yeah, here in Asia, definitely in Korea, you should be wearing masks. So if you've been following coronavirus news or news in Korea, then you'll probably already know the reason why it spread so fast here. And I'm not gonna go too much into that in this video, but there are tons of articles and links that I can put in my description box to give you more info on Patient 31, the super spreader, and the whole Shincheonji cult and everything like that. Yeah, take a look at that if you like. So as far as my personal experiences in this current situation, the couple times that I went to school, the biggest difference in regards to the coronavirus was that they now have bottled hand soap in our bathrooms, which is the first time I've ever seen a bottled hand soap in a school bathroom. I was like, We had to wear masks, so that was a requirement when we would go to work. There's even a little reminder in front of the teacher's office. But thankfully the school is closed. You don't have to go into school until the start of the school year. So no students, no teachers. But it also depends on certain schools too. So maybe some schools will require teachers to just come in for work. I don't know. It really depends. I know a lot of private academies, hagwons, have shut down. So it's harder for those teachers because they don't get money. They can't get any income from that. So it's definitely hard times for a lot of people and a lot of businesses too. A lot of businesses had to close or shut down. As far as company workers, I've heard that some are working from home or working remotely so that they don't have to physically go into the office. What else? Hand sanitizers, I've noticed, are a lot more accessible and available. They even have the dispensers now. I saw some at the airport when I came back to Korea from my winter travel. I actually have some of my own hand sanitizer now, which is the first time that I've actually purchased like legit hand sanitizer here in the 5 years that I've been here in Korea. These are actually gifts from my friend Angela, so thank you, Angela. Because obviously in the States, like, we were so used to having those little bottles of hand sanitizer, like it was very common to see them being sold like everywhere. And then going back to the daily emergency alerts, my phone is always on silent now just because the alerts are so frequent and they come in every single day, and the sound is just very, you know, the emergency alert sound on your phone? Yeah, I don't like the sound of that. Luna, my cat, gets really scared and stressed every time that sound comes on, so I just keep my phone on silent now. So as for me, I'm okay, thankfully. I haven't been out at all, which is fine because I don't, to be honest, I don't really go out anyway. But yeah, the only times I've been out was to throw away my trash and to pick up some food at like the nearby small mart. But yeah, I'll watch other vloggers here in Korea that live in Seoul or elsewhere in some other region or city, and they're just like out and about, vlogging, like living their life outside, and I'm just like, ooh. But it's understandable too, because again, if you remember the numbers that I showed you in Seoul compared to my region here, I would say that a majority of people in this region, in Gyeongbuk and Daegu, are definitely doing like self-quarantine, self-isolation, just staying home. But yeah, I know it's been hard for a lot of students because they've been wanting to start school because they're bored as F at home. You know, they want to see their friends. They're sick of being at home with their parents and family, probably. They just want to get out of the house, you know, when you're that age. You just want to go out and play, but they can't, you know, for their safety. So it's been totally fine for the introverts, but I know the extroverts are probably struggling a little bit or going crazy because of this. I'm very introverted, so I'm totally fine at home. I got lots of things to do at home, whereas Hoon, my boyfriend, is extroverted, so he gets antsy and he wants to be able to go outside, even do like little things like run errands or something, and just to interact with the outside world. During that whole first week of the initial rapid spread, he had so many things that he wanted to do, or like errands that he needed to run. But I was like, boy, no. You are not gonna go outside. I don't want you to go out, because if you go out, you can expose yourself, and when you come back home, like, you can expose the cats and me and like my house and our house. And one of the days though, I did let him go outside. He went to the university because he had to pick something up. He let me know his experience there, which was interesting too. There was a guy there checking if you had any symptoms of the virus before you could go in. They gave him like a pump of hand sanitizer, sprayed him down with disinfectant. So we've got this pandemic situation happening right now. I'm also thinking about what's happening right now in the US and everyone panicking over there. I agree that there is no need to panic, but there's also no need to act annoyed or like, because I see posts like on Twitter and stuff, of course, and Facebook. You know, it's okay for people to be like scared too, because it's a new virus, you know. Yes, it is important to be informed, understand the numbers in comparison to other things, and know the science behind it, but also like have some like understanding towards people too. If you tell someone who has a fear of flying on an airplane that it's gonna be fine, they don't need to panic, like the chances of you dying in a plane crash compared to a car crash is like closer to zero and whatever, but they're still gonna be scared regardless. So in my opinion, it is best to just play it safe, which is what I'm doing. You know, I'm staying at home all the time, taking the necessary precautions. It's also like just a good time to reflect on us as a community, as a society. It's not about just keeping yourself safe, but also thinking about the safety of others and not putting other people at risk. And then hopefully, if we all work together, eventually this situation can be something of the past that we all learn from. As far as traveling to Korea or elsewhere, of course it is at your own risk. But yeah, if you are traveling to Korea, I would say, I mean, I don't even think you can. Like, there's been like travel bans and stuff now, I think. So yeah, guys, just be careful. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. I'm pretty glad actually that I am in Korea during this coronavirus outbreak. And I say this because the Korean health system is amazing. Compared to the US, which is trash, I'm sorry, but the health system there, all of my hospital medical experiences here in Korea have always been super easy, super convenient, hassle-free, efficient. I don't have to pay like ridiculous amounts of money. And another thing to keep in mind too is the reason why the amount of positive cases are high in Korea is because hella people are getting tested. Because it's free, it's easy, they even have freaking drive-thrus. They have Corona check drive-thrus here in Korea. So even if you're not showing like all the symptoms or you just want to get checked, you can do that for free. So it's nice to know that the government and the country here is taking it very seriously and working really hard to put the situation under control. If you'd like to see more videos or information about how Korea is handling the coronavirus, I will put all of those links down below in my description box. It's amazing, and I feel like the US and a lot of other countries can learn from Korea. So please stay safe, everyone. Stay healthy. Remember, health is wealth. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'll be posting another video, I guess like a part 2 on how I've been living, what I've been doing during this self-quarantine, self-isolation period. Thank you. See you in the next one.